The sixth component of public relations is community relations. Community relations are planned activities with the community to maintain an environment that benefits both the organization and the community. One example of BIR program under community relations is the Gender and Development Programs and Projects. BIR, like any other government agency, is mandated to prepare and formulate annual GAD plans and budgets and GAD accomplishment reports as a commitment to achieve gender equality and women's empowerment. BIR's GAD agenda is classified into two areas: client-focused and organization-focused. For the client-focused policies, the BIR is looking into integrating GAD principles into internal revenue taxes. The BIR is also looking at establishing tax clinics to provide extensive, gender-responsive assistance to taxpayers. Among the organization-focused policies is the strict use by the BIR of gender-fair language in all forms of communication, including revenue issuances that are compliant with international standards of agreement. Moreover, BIR conducts seminars and trainings to enhance appreciation on gender and development, local economic development, and women economic empowerment, and to heighten awareness on gender issues and concerns. Another example would be outreach programs. BIR does not fall short when it comes to giving back to the community. This is noticeably manifested in the outreach programs conducted by the office. BIR warmly extends its helping hands to the less fortunate, the underserved populace, and those greatly affected by typhoons and other natural calamities. The seventh component of public relations is public affairs. Public affairs are directed towards developing effective involvement in public policy and helping an organization adapt to public expectations. It is also a term used by government agencies to describe their public relations activities and by many corporations as an umbrella term to describe multiple public relations activities. One example of BIR program under public affairs is the conduct of tax trainings and seminars. BIR offers training and seminar courses or sessions to taxpayers, practitioners, organizations, as well as other government agencies about current, popular, or requested tax topics. The goal is to provide users with fast, convenient, and useful information all about tax and tax responsibilities, as well as the provision of answers to queries and the correction of false information and misrepresentation of revenue issuances. Another example would be the Tax Amnesty Act. Republic Act No. 11213, otherwise known as the Tax Amnesty Act, aims to enhance revenue administration and collection and make the country's tax system more equitable by simplifying tax compliance requirements and by granting amnesties on estate tax and delinquency. The eighth component of public relations is government affairs. Government affairs mean relating directly with legislatures and regulatory agencies on behalf of the organization. Lobbying can be a part of government affairs programs. One example of BIR program under government affairs is the existence of a COA office within BIR premises. Same with other government agencies, BIR houses a commission and audit office used by the auditor and his or her team. This is to facilitate COA's role to examine, audit, and settle all accounts pertaining to revenues and receipts of and expenditures or uses of funds and property owned by the agency, and to submit a report covering the financial condition and operation of the agency and recommend measures necessary to improve the agency's effectiveness and efficiency. Another example would be BIR working together with the LGUs. To facilitate BIR's duty and mandate to assess and collect all national internal revenue taxes, fees and charges, and the enforcement of all forfeitures, penalties, and fines connected therewith. BIR coordinated with local government units to be able to collect taxes at the local government level. This is evidenced by BIR tax collectors assigned to the LGUs for the efficient collection by the Bureau and the smooth payment by the taxpayers. BIR also launched the LGU Revenue Assurance Project, which involves information sharing between the BIR and the LGUs, like the identification of revenue sources through the use of third-party information. This will be a useful boost in the Bureau's tax collections. The ninth component of public relations is issues management. Issues management deals with identifying and addressing issues of public concern that affect the organization. As an example for this, the establishment of the 8888 Citizens Complaint Center serves as a mechanism where citizens may report their complaints and grievances on acts of red tape and/or corruption in the agency. The Complaints Center provides different communication channels in the form of 24/7 hotline, email, text, website, social media, and the likes, in order for the public to directly inform the government of any bottlenecks in the delivery of services as well as the conduct of transactions. Through this initiative, the government emphasizes the importance of citizen satisfaction. The information provided through these complaints is valuable in reforming the systems and processes in the bureaucracy. Another example is the complaint system developed by BIR, serving as an avenue to cater all types of complaints and concerns, which in turn are being sent to the concerned offices for resolution. Email facilities and short messaging system were provided to complement the system. The BIR Contact Center is a facility that provides a single point of contact for taxpayers' queries, suggestions, complaints, and reports on non-issuance of receipts, tax evasion, and the likes. The stakeholders' complaints and concerns are important information reflecting the stakeholders' sound. It is a primary measure of client satisfaction. As a service entity, BIR is tasked to enlighten taxpayers on specific issues and concerns which may be substantial for both the taxpayers and the BIR. The 10th component of public relations is financial relations. Financial relations, also known as investor relations or shareholder, deal with creating and maintaining investor confidence and building good relationships with the financial community. Taxpayers are individuals or business entities obligated to pay taxes to the government. They are deemed as the key investors or stakeholders of the Bureau. Good collection performance by the Bureau is the result of strict adherence to the strategy roadmap that requires service improvement and good governance. All of these efforts lead to taxpayer satisfaction and compliance, and eventually to a sustained collection growth. BIR moves toward a virtuous cycle of greater cooperation and support from taxpayers, higher tax collection, and more revenues for priority expenditures. In this regard, BIR recognizes the top taxpayers for the year that heeded the government's call for corporations and individuals to file their income tax returns ahead of the deferred payment deadlines. It is the Bureau's hope that the commendable act of these taxpayers would inspire other taxpayers to do the same and contribute ultimately to nation building.
Kamakailan po, nilabas ng babasahing Forbes yung anilay mga pinakamayayaman na Pilipino. Listahan po yun. Pero ilan lang doon sa mga pasok sa listahan na yon ng Bureau of Internal Revenue. Nasa listahan ng Forbes, wala sa listahan ng BIR na mga pinakamalaking binayaran ang buwis. May paliwanag ang mga eksperto tungkol dyan at narito po ang tutok ni Cara David.
Kung pagbabasihan ng listahan ng Forbes, sila ang 10 sa pinakamayayaman sa Pilipinas. Pero sa inilabas na top 500 individual taxpayers ng BIR kamakailan, 3 lamang sa kanila ang pasok sa listahan. Paliwanag ng BIR, magkaiba ang basehan ng Forbes at ng kanilang listahan. Ari-arian ang basehan ng Forbes, habang ang nasa BIR list yung mga taong may pinakamataas na binayad na income tax. Hindi rin kasama dito yung mga kinaltasan na ng withholding tax.
Example lang ho, no? Yung hinahanap niyo kunyari sila Jaime Sobel de Ayala, Fernando Sobel. Kung ang income nila is swelduhan sa isang kumpanya, maaring yung sweldo niya is mas malaki pa sa kinikita ni Chris Aquino, pero kasi winithhold na yan ng tama. Diba, isa lang yung employer niya, winithhold ng tama. So, hindi na siya nagpa ng income tax return. Hindi rin ho natin kino-cover dito kasi yung iba naman yan, siguro investment nila sa shares of stock. So, may income silang dividend, no? Yung dividend, subject ho yan sa final tax. Hindi rin ho yan nag-a-appear sa income tax return.
Base sa listahan ng BIR para sa 2011, ang top individual taxpayer ay ang actress, host at presidential sister na si Chris Aquino. Kasama rin sa top individual taxpayer si GMA Network Chairman and CEO Attorney Felipe Goson. Nangunguna naman sa listahan ng mga non-individual taxpayer ang kumpanyang Smart Communications, Manila Electric Company, Shell Philippines Exploration, Chevron Malampaya at Nestle Philippines. Ang GMA Network ay nasa ika-52 pwesto, samantalang ang ABS-CBN naman ay nasa 156 na pwesto. Paglilinaw rin ni Henares, hindi ibig sabihin na dahil nasa listahan ka ng top taxpayers ay di ka naiimbestigahan ng BIR. At dito hinihingi nila ang kooperasyon ng publiko na mag-report sa BIR kung sa palagay nila kulang ang binabayarang buwis ng isang tao.
Ang listahan, sinasabi lang, ito yung ni-report nyo sa income tax return nyo at ito yung binayaran nyo. Pero hindi ko kami nagsasabi na tama yung binayaran ninyo. So, pwede pa rin ho namin imbestigahan yan at pwede rin hong makasuhan.
Cara David, Nakatutok, 24 Oras.